Hi, Vince Polito here. I was just working on a study for my Purpose and Power workshop where I'm considering what stops people from having power and what stops people from having purpose. And in that study, as I'm looking at the various barriers, the various distinctions that I come up with are things like contradiction, ambivalence, uncertainty, pain avoidance. These types of things get in the way of people going after what they want or standing in a powerful way in their life and activating that power. So something's getting in the way of that power being alive and flowing, right? The mind is in conflict, or the mind and emotion relationship is in conflict. The pain-pleasure relationship connecting to what it is that we may want or how we will or will not express power can be in conflict. And then I got into the idea of anger. And I saw that anger is actually something that is very, very constructive. The problem, though, with many people is that anger has been experienced in our lives alongside pain. Perhaps somebody was really angry with us and we felt belittled or bad or wrong, and there was an emotional with that. And so anger becomes this emotion that, rather than being constructive, is only known as destructive. And so we will not allow ourselves to use anger because we are committed to this idea that anger is bad and wrong itself. But anger, when used constructively, is an extremely powerful tool. And I'll give you an example. There was a time in my life where I used to drink and I'd go out and I was partying. And I finally got really, really angry with myself and what I was doing. But I used that anger constructively to tell myself that this was not the way that I wanted to live. I have a better way of living. I would be better off not doing that, not drinking, not wasting my energy, my time, my money, and my mind on things that didn't really feed my life and didn't allow me to feed other people's lives. And I got angry about how I was behaving, but I didn't use that anger to destroy myself. I used that anger in a constructive way to discover what was driving me, what was the attraction to going out, dancing, and connecting with people socially while drinking, and then waking up the next day and not feeling so good. What was it that was so pleasurable about that? I used the anger to go deep into my subconscious and figure out what my associations were to pleasure around that activity, and I discovered them. And I was angry while I was searching, but again, I used that anger constructively, and I was committed to ending the behavior. So in that case, I turned anger by controlling it. It didn't get out of control. I didn't let it go off into blame and irresponsibility and abandon the control of my anger. I didn't offset the responsibility to something going on outside of me. I used it to discover my own power and responsibility for what I was doing, and I did discover that. And I used that anger to release myself, to get real with myself. I finally said, I'm going to get real. What is it that I think is so good there? And I answered those questions. I discovered my excuses and I acknowledged them to myself, and I realized that I don't want that in my life. The excuses were covering up the value that I was placing on things and the deeper value that I was giving to going out and doing something that I didn't want to do. Just one example in my life how I used anger constructively. Anger can be a powerful tool that gets you moving when you realize that sometimes you got to get a little angry about your situation. Not to the point of destroying yourself, but realizing I'm not going to take this anymore. It's time for me to live my purpose. It's time for me to live in my power. It's time for me to live my dream. It's time for me to make some money. It's time for me to get out there and help some people's lives. It's time for me to stop being complacent. It's time to just get up and go. And I'm not going to take any more these commitments that I've had that have held me back in being comfortable and safe and just standing in this dead zone where I'm not really achieving what I want. So a little bit of anger can get you fired up. And it can actually be a pleasurable thing, and it can be a very loving thing when you use it constructively. And anger can be constructive too when you see someone wasting their life away and you let that anger come alive just enough where you reach out to them, like you gotta let them know, hey man, like I don't want to see you destroying your life anymore because I care about you, because I love you. You know, that's a way that you're using anger with love, but you're using that anger to say no more. Like, I don't want you to hurt yourself, or no, that behavior is just not working for you, man. And I'm just telling you because I love you and I respect you, you know? So there's a way to use anger constructively in your life. And so I'm encouraging you to explore that for yourself. Do some writing, do some exploration, ask some questions about how you can use anger constructively. Ask yourself questions about how anger might be destructively used in your life so that you can know when not to go down that road. Your mind, your consciousness, your brain, the organization of your thoughts, feelings, and then your actions are truly under your control when you explore, when you look into the causes and then the effects that are produced by those causes. You can figure this stuff out. It's very possible. Life is not a mystery when you begin to discover the laws by which things operate. Thoughts produce feelings and emotions that lead to actions. Okay, it's a sequence of operation. And thoughts are a series of picture images with all of our senses and everything tied into it. All those memories, right? And then we can use our memories and our experiences, these image pictures in our mind, and the feelings and the senses associated with that, and we can kind of reconfigure things and we can calculate our future. You know, we can figure out like how certain thoughts and emotions will create certain actions that might produce specific results in our life, right? This is how the system works. You know, it operates by law, meaning you, the system of your mind and your body, driven by the spiritual core that you are, this causational awareness unit that is the center of your being. So get back in touch with the inner you, because the inner you can look at the mind, the emotions, and the actions that you're taking in your life, and you can evaluate all of that stuff, and you can actually begin to understand how you do what you do, and you can transform it. You can understand how to use anger constructively. You can understand your emotions. You can clear your emotions. You can create powerful, healthy relationships. You can get real, and you can get responsible, and you can get empowered, and you can begin to live on purpose. So again, I'm Vince Bolito. This was a reflection while doing a study on my Purpose and Power workshop, which is about to be released very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Looking forward to having you come. It's going to be local in the Boca Raton area. So South Florida people would love to have you attend. We're going to get really, really fired up. We're going to get really empowered and going to really get everyone on purpose and really learn how to live the life that you want to live. So you have that opportunity. You've got this lifetime between birth and between your death to get awake, to get conscious, to get active, and to really start designing your life. Okay? It's time for you to create what it is that you truly desire in life, not what someone else told you to do or what you think is comfortable to do, but what really is burning in your heart to do. You get to do that before you die. Before you die. So wake up. Give yourself the freedom and encourage yourself to go after what you want. Come check out the Purpose and Power workshop. Come get engaged with your own empowerment. Find out what's stopping you from being powerful. Find out what you really want to do, what your real purpose is. Find out why you want to do it. Get really clear on all of that and learn how to activate this power continuously. This is the art and science of achievement. So come check out the Purpose and Power workshop when it's available. I love you guys. Sending blessings your way. I hope this video really inspires, empowers you, enriches you, and teaches you that you can go after what you want, that you can create, and that you can use anger constructively to bring about benefits for you and others. Love you. Take care.